What if I told you that the biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want isn't your circumstances, your lack of resources, or even bad luck? It's something far more powerful, and it lives inside your own mind. I'm talking about fear. But here's the good news. You're about to discover how to silence it forever. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to start that business, have that difficult conversation, make that career change, or pursue that dream, but something stopped you? That voice in your head whispered, what if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you're not good enough? And so you waited. You played it safe. You stayed stuck. Here's the brutal truth. Fear isn't just holding you back from success, it's stealing your life, one day at a time. Every opportunity you don't take, every risk you don't pursue, every dream you postpone, that's fear winning. And the worst part? Most of what we fear never even happens. That's exactly why Take Control of Your Life, How to Silence Fear and Win the Mental Game is a game changer. This isn't another feel-good self-help book filled with empty motivation that fades by Tuesday. This is a practical, actionable blueprint for rewiring your brain and reclaiming your power. Inside this book, you'll discover how to recognize fear for what it really is, a mental illusion that you can learn to see through and overcome. The exact internal dialogue shifts that transform self-doubt into unshakable confidence. The courage principle that shows you don't need to feel ready, you just need to start, and confidence follows action, not the other way around. How to build a vision so compelling that your dreams become bigger than your fears. And the daily mental resilience practices that the most successful people use to stay calm, focused, and unstoppable no matter what life throws at them. Imagine waking up 6 months from now as a completely different person. You're taking bold action on your goals. You're having conversations you once avoided. You're pursuing opportunities that used to terrify you. People ask, what changed? What changed is simple. You stopped letting fear make your decisions. This book will teach you that courage isn't about being fearless, it's about feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. It's about understanding that every successful person you admire felt the same doubts you do right now. The only difference? They learned to silence the noise and win the mental game. Whether you're stuck in a career you hate, trapped in unhealthy relationships, paralyzed by social anxiety, or just tired of playing small, this book gives you the tools to break free. Your life won't change because you read one book. It changes because you apply what you learn. Take Control of Your Life isn't about reading, it's about doing. It's about becoming the person who faces fear head-on and wins. So here's my challenge to you. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop letting fear write your story. Grab this book. Devour it. Implement it. And watch as you transform from someone who reacts to life into someone who creates it. Because here's the truth. You have one life. One shot. And every day you let fear control you is a day you'll never get back. It's time to take control. It's time to silence fear. It's time to win the mental game. The question is, are you ready? Now let's dive in. 1. Recognize fear as a mental construct, not reality. Fear often exists only in our minds as anticipation of negative outcomes that haven't happened yet. The book emphasizes that 95% of what we fear never actually occurs. Our brain's primitive survival mechanism can't distinguish between real physical threats and imagined psychological ones, so it triggers the same stress response for both. By understanding that fear is frequently a false alarm rather than actual danger, we can begin to separate emotional reactions from objective reality. Example: Sarah wanted to start her own consulting business, but was paralyzed by fear of failure and financial ruin. She imagined losing her savings, being unable to pay rent, and facing humiliation. When she actually listed her specific fears and researched the reality that she could start part-time, had 3 months of savings, and could return to employment if needed, she realized her catastrophic scenarios were extremely unlikely. She launched her business successfully by recognizing her fears were mental projections, not facts. 2. Reframe your internal dialogue. The way we talk to ourselves directly impacts our confidence and actions. Negative self-talk like, "I can't do this," or "I always fail," becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The book teaches that we must become aware of our internal critic and actively replace limiting beliefs with empowering statements. This isn't toxic positivity, it's about speaking to yourself with the same encouragement you'd give a friend, focusing on possibility rather than limitation. For example, James, a college student, constantly told himself, "I'm terrible at public speaking," before presentations. His inner dialogue created anxiety that made him stumble and forget his points, confirming his belief. After learning to reframe, he changed his self-talk to, "I'm improving each time I practice, and my ideas are valuable." This shift didn't eliminate nervousness, but it reduced his anxiety by 70%, and his presentations improved dramatically because he stopped sabotaging himself mentally before even beginning. 3. Take action despite fear. The courage principle. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action while feeling afraid. The book emphasizes that waiting until you feel confident or fearless keeps you stuck forever. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Every small step you take while afraid weakens fear's grip and strengthens your mental resilience. Inaction, conversely, allows fear to grow stronger and more paralyzing over time. For example, Maria had severe social anxiety and feared attending networking events crucial for her career advancement. Instead of waiting to feel ready, she committed to attending one event monthly, even if terrified. The first event was agonizing, she stayed only 20 minutes. But she went. The second month, she stayed 45 minutes and had one conversation. By month 6, she was comfortably networking and had secured 2 job interviews. Her fear didn't disappear before she acted. It diminished because she acted. 4. Create a vision bigger than your fear. When your purpose and goals are compelling enough, they outweigh your fears. The book argues that most people struggle not because their fears are too big, but because their vision is too small. By connecting to a meaningful why, whether it's providing for family, making an impact, or fulfilling your potential, you create emotional leverage that pulls you forward even when fear tries to hold you back. Your vision must inspire you more than your fear intimidates you. For example, David was terrified of going back to school at age 40, fearing he was too old and would fail. However, his vision of becoming a teacher to honor his late mother, who was an educator, and to break the cycle of poverty in his family became his driving force. Whenever doubt crept in during late-night study sessions or difficult exams, he remembered why he started. That compelling vision carried him through 4 years of challenges, and he's now teaching high school students who remind him of his younger self. 5. Build mental resilience through daily practice. Winning the mental game isn't a one-time victory, it requires consistent daily habits that strengthen your mindset. The book recommends practices like meditation, journaling, visualization, physical exercise, and gratitude as tools to build psychological resilience. Just as you can't get physically fit from one workout, you can't develop unshakable confidence from one pep talk. Small daily investments in your mental health compound over time, creating an inner foundation that fear cannot easily destabilize. For example, Jennifer struggled with anxiety and self-doubt that affected her performance as a sales manager. She implemented a 15-minute morning routine, 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes writing 3 things she was grateful for, and 5 minutes visualizing successful client meetings. After 90 days of consistent practice, she noticed she responded to stressful situations with calmness rather than panic. Her sales numbers increased by 35% not because her skills improved dramatically, but because her mental state allowed her to access the skills she already had without fear blocking her performance. So let's bring this all together. Take Control of Your Life has given you 5 powerful weapons to defeat fear and win the mental game. First, you learn that fear is just a mental construct. 95% of what you worry about never happens. It's smoke and mirrors, not reality. Second, you discovered how to reframe your internal dialogue. Stop being your own worst enemy and become your biggest champion. Third, you embrace the courage principle. Action comes before confidence, not after. You don't wait to feel ready, you become ready by doing. Fourth, you created a vision bigger than your fear. A purpose so compelling that it pulls you forward even when doubt tries to drag you back. And fifth, you committed to daily mental resilience practices that compound over time, building an unshakable foundation that fear cannot penetrate. But here's what this book really gives you. It's not just strategies and techniques. It's freedom. Freedom from the invisible prison of what if. Freedom from playing small because you're afraid of being seen. Freedom from letting your past define your future. Freedom from other people's opinions controlling your choices. This book hands you the keys to unlock a life where you are in the driver's seat, where fear becomes background noise instead of the soundtrack of your life, where you make decisions based on your dreams, not your doubts. Because let me ask you something, what will your life look like 5 years from now if nothing changes? If you keep letting fear win? If you keep waiting for the right time that never comes? Now imagine the opposite. 5 years of taking action despite fear. 5 years of building confidence through courage. 5 years of pursuing what matters instead of what's safe. Which person do you want to be? That's the choice this book puts in front of you. Look, reading this book is just step one. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. The real transformation happens when you close the book and open your life to possibility. So here's what I want you to do right now. Identify one fear that's been holding you back. Choose one action, just one that would move you forward despite that fear. And commit to taking that action within the next 48 hours. Not next week. Not when you feel ready. Within 48 hours. Because that's how you prove to yourself that fear doesn't own you anymore. That's how you start winning the mental game. Your dreams are on the other side of your fear. Everything you want, the career, the relationships, the impact, the life, it's all waiting for you. But you have to silence the fear and take control. Remember, you are one decision away from a completely different life. The mental game? You've got this. Now go win it.